people seem to have questions about Blade and Soul and about how to upgrade weapons, progress through the story, questions about your faction, questions about the guild, and just questions on how to level and how to get started in the game overall. And I'm making this video just to show you guys that. Okay? This is a level 50 character that I have on Taiwan, but most of these features in this game are going to be in the NA version, at least we think so. So I'm going to show you things in the game that are most likely going to be the same in NA and EU. So this means the way you form your skill tree, how you distribute your skill points, how you upgrade your weapon, what you need to upgrade your weapon, where you get your hammers, and how general progression happens in the game. Okay, so this is Bamboo Village. This is where you start in the game. Okay, after you take a couple of these blue quests up here, and after you start your story quest, you're going to level up to around 4 to 5, and there are going to be 2 NPCs here. It's going to be a blue quest that brings you to these NPCs. Alright, these NPCs, one represents the blue faction. It's going to be, what is it, Cerulean Order, right? And one represents the red faction. It's going to be the Crimson Legion. And once you pick one of those, they will give you a faction outfit. Okay? I pressed F3 to open this wardrobe. This is a wardrobe where you can keep all your outfits in your, for your character. And here, if we go down to faction, you're going to see there's several different faction outfits that you can get. Like this is Vigilance. These names may change, guys, for NA and EU. They're most likely going to. But you don't have to just wear your blue or your red faction outfit to PvP with people. The way you interact with NPCs on the map also changed based on what outfit you're wearing. Right? So if I'm in a pirate town, I can put on my pirate outfit and the NPCs will not attack me. And vice versa. If I wear a pirate outfit in a non-pirate town, they will attack me and I can attack them. And you can, if you want to duel someone but you don't want people to intrude, you can normally just have them put on a pirate outfit and you can put on a vigilance outfit. It's very simple. But anyways, this is the first level 1 blue outfit that you get. I don't think they're going to be changing this. Right? And this is what they give you at the beginning. This is the red version here. They might make changes for this, but we don't know yet. And you don't really have to worry about which faction you choose in the beginning because you can always change it. I think once you hit level 15 or so, you just go to an NPC and you can change your faction. I think you have to pay like, I don't know, 10 copper or something like that. Okay? But the one big difference about choosing a faction that's important is that certain guilds are locked. Okay? Are faction locked. So if you want to join some friends and make a guild together, you guys have to be in the same faction. That's very important. Okay? So this is the beginning area. So let's say we chose our faction, right? And we're still wearing, let's say we're still wearing a basic weapon. Okay, let's call this the basic weapon. It's not a basic weapon, but let's just say it is. As you progress through your story, you're going to be given a Hongman weapon. Okay, and I think in NA they're calling it Hong Moon. Right? Hong Moon is their, I guess, iteration of Hongmen. Okay? This is what you're given. Now you see, if I shift click this, it's stage 1. You're going to see a lot of stages here. And you can see material that you can put into this weapon. But let's pretend like we just got this weapon, right? They haven't given us anything, just the weapon. So we're fighting mobs, and eventually it's going to bring us over to the next zone. You're also going to get warrior souls. They're probably going to be red at the start. Okay, and these are going to be given to you either via survey on the bottom, which we don't know if they'll have yet, or they'll be given to you for just completing your normal story quests. These warrior souls can be used to upgrade your weapon. This is your progression. These are a much higher level. This is a warrior soul that gives you a lot, right? So this one, let's see. This one also gives me a lot. The red ones do not give you as much on the bar, okay? But you get these throughout the game that help you level up the weapons. So let's go over here. And we're progressing, and I'm actually, no, I'll run there. we're going to be progressing through this game, and I'm going to bring us to the first major area where the game sort of teaches you how to upgrade your weapon, how to receive new, like, just upgrade your weapon and how you can receive new items via a roulette system that they have. This roulette system is something that they've implemented in a lot of different zones on the map as you progress through the game. And it's kind of a fun RNG factor that they've put in to give you gear upgrades. Let's see. Remember, I'm playing on the Taiwan version, so if something is a little different, I'll try to tell you what will most likely be different and what most likely will not be different, but we don't know for sure yet. So this is the next area. This is the second area you're going to be in. And you see this, you're immediately going to see this boss here. Obviously, you're going to be attracted to it, so we're going to run over there. And this is like a little town. You'll see it. Okay, one thing you want to look out for, you see this? This is your map, this is your legend. This is the roulette wheel. This roulette wheel, you'll see it pop up in most areas. Let's see. Dragon Force, so I don't know if there's one here. No, where are we? Let's go to the Great Desert, right? There's one here. I guess it won't show us on the map. Oh, there's one here, you see? But there is one here too. Sometimes it's hard when you have all these checked. Okay. And usually those signify gear upgrades that you can get. But you have to get tokens to roll these roulettes, and I'm going to show you how to get them now. It's important for you to be leveling in parties. Well, I wouldn't say important. You can be a solo leveler, but you will need friends or random people around here to kill mobs like this. Okay? This is a low-level world boss, and by killing him, he will drop these things. Oh, I'm wearing... I was wondering why he wasn't dying, and I forgot I'm wearing a low-level weapon. He's going to drop 1 to 4 of these essences. This is, again, Taiwan, guys. 1 to 4 signifies how much you contributed to killing him. If you come in and he's being killed and you only hit him maybe once or twice, it's only going to give you 1. But if you do most of the damage, it's going to give you 2. If you do most of the damage and get the last hit on him, it'll give you 3. If you kill him all by yourself, it'll give you 4. Okay? You probably will hit this area around maybe 8 to 10, and you'll need a couple friends to kill it. So once you have these tokens, these essences, they might call it something different, remember. You're going to go over here, and you see someone's already doing this. So, mostly, they usually have more than one. So, let's use this one. The options on this roulette are... I think this is an accessory. I'm actually not sure what this is. This is a bopay, so 3 bopay pieces. Now, your bopay is, I guess, this gear's equivalent to armor or weapon. Or, not weapon, armor or equipment. And these give you stats. And certain ones have stat bonuses for having full sets, or half a set, or however many pieces. So this guy's rolling it now. So 3 pieces, 5 pieces, and 8 pieces. If you get the 8-slot bopay on this roulette, it will give you 8 different ones, unless they change that. Okay, so it'll, of the same set. It'll be the same set, but it'll give you 8, so every piece that you need to fulfill that set. Okay? And this is a dobak. Okay, that's an outfit. This is the one that you get from the first area. And anytime you're looking through this wardrobe, it'll tell you where to get these outfits from. Most of the time, I'd say. So see, it says here, Force of the Dead, 1,000 Souls, Kyonchi Roulette. Okay? So that's, it tells you that this is where you get it. So this person's rolling now, so let's press F. Now we're rolling it. And we got the bopay. So this is a 5-piece bopay. We can open this. We have 1, 2, 3. We have 5 slots, right? And there we go. Okay? And it gives me 5 different ones. Now, when you first start, you're going to want to complete this set. It's a pretty good set. This will last you for a good while. And if you get any extras, Do not destroy this. I'm only doing this because I don't have inventory space. So let's say you have one that you don't need, right? Use this break tool and you can break it down. These mats, they're fairly cheap and fairly common. At least on this version of the game because it's been out for so long. But it's probably going to be pretty valuable when you start the game. Right? You're going to want to break everything down because you don't want to just delete things. And if you sell it to the NPC, I think those Bopay only give you, most items in the game when you sell it to an NPC, they only give you one copper per piece. See, this is giving me six copper for all 6 of them. So that's how those roulette tokens work. And these tokens are tradable. You can sell them. So if you have extras, you can just put them up on the market. And you can sell them to other players. Or you can trade them, get them from your friends. And vice versa. If you're not able to farm that boss by yourself, you might want to check the market. And that's F5. Okay? You might want to check the market, see if you can get some of these tokens. Sometimes it's a lot faster if you have gold. But in the beginning, most people probably won't have that much money. Now, let's say we're going for a weapon. We want to figure out how to upgrade this weapon now, right? We have, let's see, I have a weapon box here. No, I don't. Okay, so let's get this weapon box. Let's get this weapon box. Okay, we got the weapon box. That was pure luck, guys. So let's get this weapon box. Throughout the game, you're going to be given these keys. Through either the survey or through quests, however NA decides to do it. These keys will open these boxes. Okay? You have the option of using a shining key or a normal key. The shining key they're actually calling brilliant keys in the NA version, but we're going to use a normal key here. The shining key actually gives you a weapon for your class automatically, but we just need a random weapon. So we got an axe here. Now with this axe, it's not garbage. We could sell it. We could break it down, but low-level weapons normally break down into trash that you just get rid of. But we want to figure out how to upgrade our weapon. So we can actually stick this axe into our weapon. And see, it gives us a decent amount. This faded green here shows us the range of where it can give us. Okay, so this is guaranteed progress. This is RNG progress. So and it's going to cost you something every time you do this. As you progress in the game, if you start putting purple weapons in here, it's going to start costing you extra mats, and it's going to be a little expensive. So we're going to refine this. There we go. And it gave us a decent amount. So, do I want to use this? So let's just say you will be given these Hongman Warrior Souls. These are meant specifically to upgrade your weapons. So let's just use it. All right. This is going to give me the rest, but the red ones do give you a decent amount. So let's just max this out for purposes of this video. So we have a maxed out Hung Moon weapon, since that's what they're going to call it. And now we want this 1,000 Soul sword. Okay, so to progress to the next stage, there's no bar anymore. It requires very specific mats. And this is how you upgrade your weapon throughout the game for the rest of the game. It'll always be like this. You have to get used to the system. And for purposes of this video, I'm just going to buy these items on the auction house to show you. But the way you would get this is here. You see, breakthrough material. Any weapon that is used for a breakthrough evolution such as this will always say breakthrough material on it. So if you get a weapon for your class that says breakthrough material, don't sell it, don't salvage it, don't use it to upgrade your current weapon. You're going to want to hold on to that until your weapon specifically asks for that weapon, okay? And then one of these, Dragon Force Venom. This is, you can get this from dailies, you can get this from quests around here. I'm sure this will be the same. You will want to, it'll tell you where to get it. You see, obtain from Forest of the Dead, 1,000 Souls, Kyonshu Roulette. The same way the Doughbox tell you, the outfits. And you're going to roll here and get these weapon boxes and open them until you've gotten the weapon for your class. And this is where it becomes kind of a pain sometimes if you have, not the best luck. but you will be given, I think, a couple of those shining or brilliant keys for your class, but they can be valuable, and there's some areas where it's harder to get a weapon for your class than others, right? If you have a party together farming this boss, and it's very simple for you to get these essences, I wouldn't waste one of those brilliant keys on one of these roulettes, because eventually you're gonna get it. I would save it for maybe a weapon box drop that you get at the end of a dungeon, because that takes a lot longer. Okay, so let's buy this weapon. You can also check the auction house, but I doubt there are going to be that many weapons on the auction house unless people. Actually, now that I think about it, when a lot of people are rolling and get weapons that aren't for their class, they're probably going to put it on the auction house. So if you want to save some time, you can get it. So what we need is sealed 1,000 soul sword, right? This it's pretty cheap. We don't need two, so I'll buy this one. Also, guys, when you're searching in the auction house, see if I don't caps my S, it's not going to come up. Everything is case sensitive in this game. Just remember that. Don't think that the auction house is broken or anything like that. Now, once I buy that, oh, I also need the venom, right? Dragon Forest venom. Here we go. Let's buy one of these. Okay, so there are a lot of stacks here. So we just want, okay, we'll just buy this one. Everyone on this server sells things in large stacks just because people can pretty much afford it. Now it's going to come in your mail. You can receive that. Even without VIP or anything, you can receive any mail anywhere on the map, guys. But you cannot send it. Okay? They might change that, though. So now we have these items, okay, in my inventory. You do not have to unseal this. Weapons you do not have to unseal unless you are planning on wearing these unsealing talismans here. You will get through quests and stuff like that. They're fairly common on this server, but they'll probably be in high demand as the game, starts. So we're gonna shift click this, and now, oh, we do have to unseal it. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. You do have to unseal it for your upgrade. So now we have the weapon and the Dragon Force Venom. Okay, you do not have to unseal it if you're trying to upgrade the progress bar, but when it's requiring a specific weapon, you do need to unseal it. Sorry about that. So now we're going to refine it, and this cannot fail. In some servers, I believe China, and a server that we won't talk about, this process can fail. I doubt they will make it so they can fail on the NAEU version. And then again, we have the progress bar. And then you just continue that process. You stick weapons into it as you get them. Or if you get more of those warrior souls, you can stick them in. And then once you get here, actually, you know what? I'll just show you guys again. So now we're at the 6th stage. The weapon will change once it gets to the 10th stage evolution. So let's use one of these warrior souls. Okay. It'll put 3 there, but it's only going to use 1. Because it only takes 1. So now we are getting to a major evolution now. This is when the weapon actually starts to change its look. So a weapon has 10 stages, and once you get to the 10th stage, it's going to change once you evolve it, and now it's requiring a ghost sword. This purple, it says obtained from Southern Sea Fleet branch, and there's a little icon next to it that says that it's from a dungeon. We're not going to do that because it's actually pretty time consuming. And that weapon, I know, is not a tradable weapon. So you will have to go farm it, and you cannot go into the auction house to get it. Okay? So that covers weapon upgrades. Accessory upgrades are the same thing, guys. Okay? Same thing. You have to progress the bar, and then they require lots of mats for it. Okay? See, this is an example how the weapon can change looks. And if you want to preview it, you can shift-click preview. And then if you want to go through the stages and see the slots, you can click it. Hold on, where is it? How do I click this? Right? And you can keep going. Right? And it shows you the path. Right? And then it goes all the way up to, a legendary version. So you can get a legendary weapon through upgrading your Hungman weapon or Hung Moon weapon. There are 2 versions of this that you can get. It does not go from this to legendary, guys. I just skipped a bunch of stages. It actually goes. Where is it? Devil Sword, like Devil, Ultimate Devil. Let's see. Scale. And Scorpion. Scorpion. And then here, it takes a lot of materials, but you can go to White Soul or Black Soul. Right? They look pretty cool. Okay. If you're really interested, I'll make another video about legendary weapons, but that's not for this video. Let's see what else. Here, you'll have gem slots on your weapon. Okay. You can use a gem hammer. Do I have one here? These, you will get them as you progress through the game. They can be a rare drop sometimes, and these allow you to open a slot. But I think your starting weapon, let's see, it comes with, where is it? It gives you 2 slots. But you're not going to be, you might be getting these gems from quests or drops, but you don't have to focus too much on that yet. You don't have to focus on very specific details like that yet. You want to focus on leveling and just getting the materials for upgrading your weapon. Right? Okay, so now that we've got upgrading out of the way, you're probably interested in skills and stuff. As a low level, you can press K. As a low level, you're not going to have skill points yet. You just won't have it. You get them at around, I believe, level 15 to 20. And you can change these whenever you want once you have skill points. You can just click into a skill and I can remove them as I want. You can't do it while you're in combat or while you're dead, but skills can change drastically based on what points you put them in. This is a knockdown ability that I have, right? It's a knockdown here. But if I were to change that, I'm in combat right now, but let's see. If I were to change that, now it becomes a straight line AoE that recovers chi for me. Right? So abilities can change quite drastically as you put points into them. And that's the same with all of them. Okay? You can look at them as a list or an icon. There will be skill tabs for you to create different tabs. But those are, in Taiwan, they have them as a cash shop item. But we'll see how they do it in NA or EU. You can refresh all your skill points if you want to. It'll just start back at, give you all your skill points back and you can start over. And in the beginning, if you're kind of confused about where to put your skill points, you can click thumbs up and just use a recommended skill point setup that they have for you. When I was leveling, these actually seemed pretty good as I was learning the skills. It was a bit overwhelming. They give you new skills and skill points pretty quickly, and with all the skills and skill points, it becomes it's pretty overwhelming. So these recommended pages were very, very convenient. Okay. Now down here, you'll see I have mail. You can click. Everything will show up down here unless you move it. Okay. This is your wardrobe, auction house, etc. There's going to be the cash shop option, your friends list. Okay. You can search for people. You don't have to put just their name. You can put, you can search for someone and they'll come up. Remember, it's case sensitive. Your achievements. So this is where a lot of people gain. This is where a lot of people like to not compete but challenge themselves. So the titles here you receive by doing certain feats within the game, like soloing a dungeon boss or equipping certain bope pieces. Again, the bope are the pizza slices, right? And just doing certain things. And then you get titles for them. One of my favorite ones is probably Double Agent. Okay, you get a title called Double Agent for killing 1,000 members of each faction. So you have to kill 1,000 people and then switch factions and kill another 1,000 people. You don't have to do 1,000 people at a time. You keep switching back and forth. But I think that's a very cool title. And there are a good amount of them. So there's always stuff to do. Let's see. Let's keep going. Feeds. So we have the achievements. Dungeons. So this is... there are 2 ways to queue for dungeons. F7 is a server queue. So I can click this, search for party, and it'll put it in the chat. in the server or the zone for that dungeon. Okay, and it'll search for people, and I can start recruiting for people. Right? A lot of people don't use this on Taiwan. I think this is F7Q is used more in Japan, and I'm not sure about the other servers. And you can do F8Q, and this is the cross-server dungeon lobby. So if I confirm, it's going to bring me to a whole separate lobby. Once I'm in this lobby, I can't whisper with people. Actually, I can whisper with people in the lobby, but you can't whisper with people once you're in the dungeon. In the lobby, you can whisper with people. And here, you're going to see a whole different screen. Okay, where you can choose what dungeon to enter. And it'll queue with people who are also searching for that dungeon. I can select up to 3. So whichever one pops first is the one I'll go into. And these dungeons have a weapon requirement, okay, or a level requirement, or both. Obviously I have the level 1 weapon, or not the level 1, but the beginning weapon equipped. So it has the other dungeons locked. This is how most people in Taiwan queue for dungeons, F8. And you can go into the 4-man version of these dungeons. But this is much higher level stuff as the 4-man. The way this game makes dungeons difficult isn't by, making dungeons require 20 to 30 people to complete them. It requires less people. It only allows 4 people in. So you only have 4 people damaging a boss with, fast enrage timer. And also the 4-man version of bosses and dungeons, these bosses do not have attack indicators like they do in 6-man versions. But again, that's probably a later video. That's much farther down the road. And when you highlight them, it'll show you the rewards you can get, what weapon you can get, what bow pays you can get from those dungeons. So it's very nice. If you don't know where to get something, you can just go in here and you can just look through them if you want. Let's talk about this. This is your dungeon number. Anyone can join this if they know this number. You can find rooms, you can password protect your dungeon lobby. You can invite characters. Right? And you can even, change your dungeon lobby to private or public, and that requires a password. Exit this. And I'll actually show you, I can show you the arena lobby. You can go into arena. I'm not sure if you can go right at the start. You will receive an arena quest at around level 20, where it asks you to go play 1 match in the arena. And that's an F9 queue. So you press F9 on your keyboard and it brings you to a similar lobby just like that. And then you just queue up and it matches you based on your skill level. You have an ELO. So I'm playing with like over 250 ping, guys, so don't hate me for my terrible arena score when I show you. But I just hit F9 there to go into the arena. And I'll show you the lobby. This lobby might be different in NA/EU, but this is how it is here. And most of the generic stuff will carry over, like your ELO or your rating and queuing against people. See here, it'll show me all my arena quests here if I have any. My rating, I'm 1272 right now. 9 wins, 15 losses. And I can just apply for battle and it'll match me up with someone of that skill level. Okay, and if I want to train or practice against someone, I'll have to put their name here. But they also have to be in this lobby. They cannot be out in the world. They have to also be in a dungeon lobby. Okay? It's very important. And this arena is going to be balanced. Your gear does not matter. So even if I went and queued against someone there with that very early weapon, I would not be gimped. Okay, I will not be gimped against the other player who has, let's say, a legendary weapon, because our stats are equalized. So that is where it's all skill. Now let's see. One thing that does affect arena, guys, this is also much later down the road, are skill points. So if you don't have skill points for the arena, you will not be given max skill points to assign when you're in the arena. There are special abilities that you can get in the game. This is a special ability. This does affect arena. Okay, this ability is usable in arena, and if you have this ability and another Blade Master doesn't, you may have, a slight advantage over them. And the only advantage a level 40 would have over a level 30 are the 10 extra skill points that they get, right? Everything else is the same. That pretty much covers most of this. Let's see, the map. I'm sure you guys know how to use a map, right? You can zoom in and out. You can check off things that you don't want to see. You can ping the map, right? If you're in a party, you can draw on the map if you want, right? That's right-clicking. You can draw on the map, whatever you want. N will turn the map transparent or not. You can enlarge it, however large you want. And Shift F1 will bring up your UI here. And you can move everything just by clicking and dragging. Okay, so if you want to just start the game and you don't like the way it looks, you can move anything you want. I think that just about covers it. All the dungeons in the game show up, like, are somewhere on the map. So if you don't want to queue for a dungeon, if you want to try doing a dungeon by yourself, you can just run there. Let's see if I can find one. These green, they call it guard towers here. Once you visit an area, you can click this, and you can teleport there from anywhere. And it's going to cost you a little bit. This might change with VIP. Okay, this might change with VIP. But let's find a dungeon entrance, okay? I'm trying to find one that's close to a portal. Well, let's just go. This is a purple dungeon. We can just go here. So we're going to port there. You do have to cast it. Okay. This is interruptible, definitely, if you're wearing a PvP outfit and someone hits you. Alright. So once you encounter these dungeons, they're going to be gated off by just a, you'll see it. I'll show you. It's hard to describe. There's a lot of bad information going out there, and that's why I decided to make this video. And I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to post it on Reddit. I'll put it everywhere I can. And share the video, follow the video, and give it to anyone who you might think will need it as a tutorial. So this is a dungeon. This is actually the dungeon where you get your ghost weapon, your ghost sword. Okay, this is called the Southern Sea Fleet branch. And here, you're going to see the story will bring you here. You don't have to rush here. The story will bring you here. And you'll see. Entrance should be right over here. You see? This is the entrance to the dungeon. Okay? They're gated off like this. There will be different dungeons. They will have different signs on them. They're coded by difficulty. A purple dungeon is the highest difficulty. Okay, so you will need a party unless you're way overgeared or overleveled for that. The green ones that have like one circle on them are usually soloable, but you will need some skill to do it, as everything in this game. Other than that, I can't really think of too many other things that you will need to know. The hammers are used to repair. Okay, this is an emergency hammer. I can use this to repair anywhere on the map, as long as I'm not in battle. Okay, and the normal hammers have to be repaired at a campfire. You'll see them on the map like that, like so. You'll see them all over the place, mostly in towns and stuff, but you can see them outside of dungeons and towns, and that's where you have to repair them. Let's see. The achievements, you can equip a title just by clicking it, right? So now that's equipped, and you can switch between them pretty easily. Notice me, senpai. This one's a fun one. You just have to do a bunch of emotes, and to do an emote, you hit F12, right? And you can go through different emotes, right? It's all done with the keys. You don't have to type it in chat. I believe to dance, though, since everyone's going to be wondering how to dance, you do have to do /dance I don't know how to type that in Taiwanese, so I can't really show you guys. Um, Other than that, oh, I can show you. I can show you bank space. Let's see. Let's go to a bank. Where do I know there is a bank? Let's see. I know there's a bank for sure here. Not here. Here. So let's port here, and I'll show you the typical things you're gonna find in a town that you're gonna have to use, and that may help you. Remember, guys, it's going to be a lot easier to progress through this game and to progress through the dungeons and levels and upgrading your weapons if you do it in a party, or if you have, friends that will join you to help you in certain areas. Because there's nothing more frustrating than being behind or being ahead and having no one to help you or to party with you to get a weapon that you need from a dungeon. That can be very frustrating. Or if no one's queuing for the dungeon, etc. So once I cover this town, I think that'll be it. And then this is my first video, guys, so I'll start recording certain videos if people start asking in the YouTube comments. I think I'll do little step-by-step guides on how to do higher level things, certain dungeon guides, etc. And I'll do a crafting and gathering guide. Okay, they call them unions here. I didn't want to talk about it too much in this video because that can get a little complicated. I'll do a whole separate video for that since that's actually a pretty important part of the game. But this town has almost everything. Okay, so here's your bank. Or where's the bank? The bank's over here. Here you're going to find your bank. They call it a broker here. And from your bank, you can send mail down here. Okay, you can put things on the auction. Okay, and what's shop? They have their own little exchange merchant here. Okay, you do not have to put outfits and accessories in your bank. They call it a closet here, but this is extra space. You cannot put weapons, accessories, and bopeis in your closet. That has to go in the first section. These can be expanded using these dragon expansion bags. I believe the Masters Founders Pack gives you 50 of them. Okay, it takes 5. I would suggest putting most of them into your inventory as that's the best place to have all the space, right? The closet tab is a little cheaper as you progress since you can't put weapons and accessories in there. They look like this. These will be purchasable in the cash shop as well. And this is where you put stuff up in auction. And when you right click something, it'll automatically try to set it to the lowest price that's on the auction house. Right? Other than that, what else could you need in a town? This is where you can create a guild, change your faction, stuff like that. Here's another roulette wheel. The blue quests that have an infinity logo on them like this are daily quests. This is not a daily here. Some dailies I consider a waste of time because some dailies are much harder than others. Like certain dungeon dailies, you will require a party. So if you're a solo leveler and you come across a daily that requires you to kill a dungeon boss, you may want to hold off on that until you find a party to help you do it. Because otherwise you're going to be wasting a lot of time trying to kill it. Other than that, this is a PvP board. This will give you your quest for your PvP arena. Other than that, I think that's it for this guide. This was my first video, guys, so it might not be the best. But again, follow the channel. If you have any questions or you request another video or another tutorial or guide, put it in the comments or you can message me. And I'll see everyone for NA and EU launch.